Hello everyone and welcome to the fall tier list video. This will decide the last 5 shows that will be ending up in my top for the year. Honestly, I already have a pretty strong suspicion how I'm going to rank because I'm going to do the last um, 20 top 20 of the year live. Sorry, let me fix that. Enjoy the new webcam plural I have set up. This side one is a pain in the butt, and it sometimes just comes out of sync. So um, it's mostly here to fill space, and because I wanted to show off this project I have coming up, where this is going to become a digital picture frame. This is just working as a secondary monitor right now, but I'm going to turn that into a digital picture frame, hopefully in the near future. Hopefully. Anyway, start with the anime of the season. It's the season, and there's a reoccurring theme this season that I've absolutely despised, and it shows that we're either announced to have another season or have not been announced to have another season, just ending in an awful way. One was rumored. It's still rated pretty high, but for me, but honestly, it's in the ultimate scheme. I just can't judge this. Like, it's hard. It's hard when you gotta rate stuff. It's hard, and then it's also annoying when you're rating something or watching a bunch of things, and then they just end like there's gonna be a season, another episode next week, but that didn't happen. So the only other show that's not here that I've been watching all year is Precure, and Precure did not air, and I don't know if the next episode's the last one or the week after that, but it's close. Precure is usually in the middle for me. It's almost really good, don't get me wrong, but it just is what it is. So we'll go from there. Let's start off with the show this season that disappointed me the most, and that also does the sequel bait ending, but I don't think is going to get a sequel at all, and that is Mahotsukai. I'm trying to remember the English title. It just popped out of my head, and I'm reading the Japanese one. It is stories of girls that couldn't be magicians, I believe is the title in English. It's beautiful art style, great animation. The story loses itself in the middle. It starts off pretty strong, and then by the end, there are more questions asked, and instead of answering any questions, it just adds more questions on. And I didn't care for that ending. It really disappointed me because it was such a promising and such a fun show otherwise. Okay. Let's pick a middle here. Actually, no, we're just gonna go with the next. Boy, Combo, season 2. I don't hate Boy Tombo, and Mal keeps saying there's another episode, but the last episode felt kind of final, so I don't know if they included the recap episode as a, which it also had. Boy Tombo was a fun enough show, but I feel like the second season focused so much on the competitive side of golf and so much on people, the way people were like acting and doing things, and less about Tombo's development. Like Tombo had some development in the second season, but it was mostly about introducing the characters, bringing back Subaru, Subara, Subara, sorry, Subara, and um, introducing some other characters and characters' backstories and all that. Well, it's fine. I still think I liked Birdie Wings better, even though the ending of that was over the top. But I mean, we're talking about a show that had the Golf Mafia in it, so Oitambo does not have the Golf Mafia in it. But Oitambo, what's next on the old jacket? Now I had Sasayaku yo ni koyo utau utau pretty low, but that ending was actually really good. It was a Christmas miracle this show finished, but I feel like if you watch all of it now, I don't know if they have re-released or fixed the errors that were in the last like episode 9 and 10, but there was animation errors and people just like disappearing, stuff not being there frame to frame. But it had like cursed production where someone got, I think the director got very sick, like collapsed at work and had to be rushed off. And someone else came in to finish up the last couple episodes. And that didn't happen right away. It took them some months. So, a very, well, honestly, you can go B tier. I was, the ending was not great, but well, the ending was great actually, but the waiting and the everything else in the middle was kind of not great. I don't know. I don't want to be too hard on it. I think that's gonna sour a lot of people's taste. Um, sour a lot of people on it because it took months for it to finish. But uh, if you watch it all now, I hopefully they fixed those animation errors in some of the earlier episodes, like I said, because the director wasn't there and someone just didn't notice that stuff wasn't done the way it was supposed to. Like there was a scene where there's drums, someone was playing drums, and the next scene there's no drums. Like it was not good. But the last couple episodes were very well done. I didn't see any glaring errors. So yeah, the payoff was worth it. And yeah, that is that. Let's go with fun but kind of disappointing. Echo Trip. Echo Trip was this weird show about this girl who's obsessed, who's I want to say broken. Like her mom's always out somewhere else, so she's going to stay with her grandfather for a bit. And then when she comes to town, there's a magical girl fighting someone, and she's like, "I want to move here, Mom. Can I move here?" Because it's magical girl, and she's like absolutely adores this or Berry Blossom. But it turns out that the villain lives with her grandfather, and it's pretty funny. It's got its moments. It had a couple like dumber episodes that weren't good, but they weren't great, I should say. But and it kind of overall like lowered the show for me. But it's still fun to watch, especially if you like magical girls and sentai stuff. Let's go with next one up. Magie Luminaire. I put it right about here. I think that's maybe I should put it in A tier. Or put it in front of whatever. Magie Luminaire. No, Magie Luminaire can stay in C and B tier, that's fine. Magie Luminaire, it's like Magical Girls Incorporated or whatever. Magical Girls Inc. I think is the English title. Excuse me. It's a pretty good show. It's pretty enjoyable. There was this whole world where um, magical girls fight these monsters, and there's a whole load of companies that have magical girls on staff to fight these monsters because it's just a regular occupation. And magic's like half technology, half magic spells, which is an interesting concept. Um, it did not do the sequel bait kind of ending. It does a little bit of a tease to what's happening next, but it got confirmed for a second season, so I'm not super upset with it like I am Ranma. Ranma's not bad. Ranma is a pretty good. I'm not 100% sure. I've seen some episodes of the original, but there's like 100 plus of them, and I watched it where it was just like we'd air an episode a week, and if it was the next one in the series, you were lucky. They just threw those suckers in shuffle and just put them up whenever they wanted broadcast. And it's not a show I've really like gone out of my way to track down and watch again. This remake was decent, I guess, to the point. Be warned, you might want to wait for the second season to come out because episode 12 just ends. Or is 12 the last one? The last episode just ends. And it puts you in this position where you're sitting there like, well, what happens? Like, it literally acts like there's another episode coming next week, but there's not. It doesn't even have, I think I have it right here. Yeah, I have it right here. I would hope it is 2025 this airs, but I can't say for sure because it doesn't say. So, no, you can stay there because you don't finish the story. Let's see what's next on the list. Okay, the biggest surprise of the season, Kinoko Inu. Kinoko Inu. Mushroom puppers. Or mushroom dog. Do not be fooled by its cover or its name. It is about adult drama through and through. And it's honestly would have made top 5 for me. But there's some stinker episodes near the end. So that's just gonna be what it is. How I attend All Guy Mixers. This show's super funny. Actually, I'm gonna put you here and move you up here. Yeah. How I attend All Guy Mixers. More or less, it's about these women that work at a drag bar where they pretend to be like hosts, and they like do host, but they're women. And it's funny, it's silly, and I honestly very much enjoyed it. And then that's their life, that's their work, and they're still college students, so they're like adult-ish age. and they go to in the first episode they go on a mixer with these three guys who will be the romantic other side interests. Honestly, I kind of love it. It's a fun show. Uh, is it best show of the season? No, but it was consistent most of the way through. There was only 1 week episode, and in my opinion, that's actually the first one. So we go from there. Now we're at the last 5, and these 5, regardless of of what happens on this tier list, these ones are going to go on to the next, the top of the year. So we're gonna put 3. So the top 3 here and 2 there. So let's start with the back. 2.5D. What did he say? Honestly, it was hard to place this one. The first half of the season is it's a 24 episode anime, and the first 12-ish episodes are painful, in my opinion. This season has been a season of there's been some really good stuff, but a lot of blah kind of things. If this was, I don't expect 2.5D Revisited to position very high on the overall year compared to some of the other shows when we get there. But with this season, it's bringing up the number 5 position because I had a hard time trying to pick other things. And this is kind of a reoccurring theme this season. It feels like we're in between doing stuff and not doing stuff. I don't know. It's been kind of a mess. So without further ado, let's get on with the other. Don Don Don. No, Don Don Don's on the other side. Don Don Don. Do I need to talk about Don Don Don? Do I need to explain why it's in the top 5? I don't think I do. But why isn't it at the top? Because it just ends. It just ends. It's like, well, mid-arc. Run that. I was like, Turbo Baba's here, okay? Oh yeah, it doesn't air again until summer. Yeah, July. Your Honor, I rest my case. Which sucks because one of my next shows, which is also one of my favorites of the season, also does the same thing. Kimi wa Mido-sama. But it's not confirmed yet for a second season, despite me seeing that it was, unless it might have been a rumor or something. But man, I really like this show. Man, I really liked this show. Like, really liked it. And the ending didn't feel too bad because I was like, oh, okay, well, there's another season coming. I'll be all right. Nope. 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 Okay, let's get on to the top 2. All right. Coming in at number 2, Sumasho. If my wife became a middle schooler. To all of you that didn't watch it, to all of you that judged it by its cover, you are. Yeah. You read the title and you're like, this is some perverted, etchy crap. and you missed out on probably one of the best shows of the year. Ooh, adult cast, uh, reincarnation, uh, family drama, broken homes. Uh, it's it is just kind of beautiful. It's kind of beautiful, and it's in the way it tells its story. And that'll be what it is. And then, as you can see, the top show of the season for me is Kekkon Suru de Hontou desu ka? 365 days to the wedding. Oh, that's the title written in English, even though it's not the same as Are You Really Getting Married? But I digress. Uh, this was it was like, well, what's really going to be the top of the season? And yeah, I I absolutely adored these characters. I loved how real it was, and I loved how, despite telling a lie to avoid going somewhere, as they spent time together, they realized they were more alike than they thought. Um, does that mean that I think it's like best show of the season? I don't know. I think it'll do favorably, but I haven't put the things here. But I think, we're like 22 minutes down here, so that is what it is. Uh, Honestly, if you watch one show this season and you're into romantic comedies, or it's more of a romantic drama with comedy elements, it's not just like, oh, if it's funny. It's can be tense, very tense. Um, and there's a lot of him dealing with the drama and the stress of trying to keep this lie alive without, telling people. Then he's like, I can't do it. But um, I honestly adore this show, and I hope that if you even have a passing interest, you give it a chance, because yeah, it was well worth it. 100% worth it in my opinion. So there it is, the my hierarchy of anime that finished the season. Amagi Sisters would be pretty high though. I was pleasantly surprised after that less than stellar opening. I mean, the opening episode was bad, but it just was like, yes, this is Love Hina again. I don't hate Love Hina, by the way. It's just a lot of shows have done that. This is what Love Hina did. Let's do that. And I'm like, okay, but hear me out. How about you just do something yourself? Like, do it your own way. Put your own spin on it. But no, it didn't. So it hasn't, and it kind of went somewhere that I'm actually enjoying. So we'll go from there. So here we are, anime of the season. Uh, Really, if it just okay, how many shows this season had just like an ending that just ended, and I was like, why? Four of them. Four of them did it. Four of them did the here's an end. Like Rise has another season coming, but Rise had the dignity to give me like an actual ending. Ugh. Just I kind of hate rewarding Don Don, even though Middle Summer with such high praise when the payoff at the end was so blah, but like they were really that good. They were really that good, and it's just, but that will reflect on the end of the year list. But anyway, that's it for me for this video. There will be another one where I tier list in the top 20, and you're gonna see some interesting picks there, and some that I didn't tweet about, which is gonna be funny. So thank you so much for watching and listening to my rambling, and tell me what you think about the new cams. I'm not sold on this mouse cam because I think that's because of its orientation. I can't get it to just stay. It just keeps going. But we'll see you next time. Bye night.